The High Court in Pretoria will today hear the Zambian government's main application to challenge the final resting place of former President Edgar Lungu. This is after the court recently halted the burial by agreement between parties pending the final determination on this issue. Watching the litigation that's likely to unfold in court today is our senior reporter, Canny Maphanga, who joins us now live from Pretoria. And Canny, you know, this case is not just about where Edgar Lungu ought to be buried. It also raises pretty important constitutional questions.
Indeed. Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. It seems that since the last time we were here in the High Court in Pretoria, that there hasn't been a resolve between the Zambian government and the family of the former president, Edgar Lungu. It appears that they are still going to proceed with this application, which essentially seeks a final declarator, which would confirm that the applicant, that is the Zambian government, has the right to bury the former president in Zambia in accordance with the protocols of the state funeral and the constitution. You may remember that at the time, earlier this year, we did see, or in June rather, that there was that interdict that halted those proceedings or burial proceedings by agreement between parties pending this final determination. Besides not having that significant period where they could negotiate this issue beyond the courts of South Africa, it seems that the parties are still not able to find each other on this issue, which brings us back to the High Court now. Now, what the Attorney General has done is that he filed a supplementary affidavit where he goes into detail to explain why the applicants believe that they have that final right to bury the former president. He states that when the former president arrived in Johannesburg in January this year, it was for the purposes of medical reasons, and that he sadly or unfortunately passed away prior to the completion of those medical reasons. Now, they state he was always a citizen of Zambia and he was domiciled in Zambia, meaning that was his permanent residence, and it is appropriate for him to be buried there, not in South Africa. Now, you've seen the last time there was a lot of banter around the Benefits Act and how the former president was stripped of his what he was entitled to in terms as a former head of state, those benefits that are given to you by the Zambian government and its constitution. But we have seen the Attorney General now clarify in great detail that how the Benefits Act works, according to his interpretation, is that when the former president engaged in active politics, of course, those benefits were temporarily suspended. However, when he passed away, that impediment fell away. So the Attorney General is stating in papers that because that impediment fell away, Ayanda, that he now regains that right to be buried in accordance with the protocols and traditions of a state funeral that we have seen for other former heads of state there in Zambia. And he's stating that because he's entitled to them, they, as the applicant, have the right to accord him such. They're bringing this application in terms of Section 177 of the Constitution of Zambia's Republic, and they are asking the court to intervene after several attempts to negotiate with the family were not successful. So we expect that that hearing will begin at 10 a.m. this morning. We know it is opposed, and we do see behind me, Ayanda, several of the family members of the former head of state. We know that he is yet to be buried. They are still dressed in their mourning attire, still mourning the former president, who has not seen his final resting place, as the two parties still try to resolve this issue, which has now been placed in the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria for a final determination. It's important to note, Ayanda, that this is a special motion. It has been allocated as a matter of urgency, and we are seeing that it is a full bench, not a single judge, that will be dealing with this matter, including senior judges such as Justice Pottrell, and of course the acting judge president, Aubrey Ladwaba, who will sit on that three-member panel to determine this serious issue that has great implications for the Republic of Zambia and its people. Over to you in studio.
Right, Canny Maphanga, thanks very much indeed for that. And of course, important to keep in mind that what does closure look like for the family given this litigation that is still ongoing, but we'll have to wait and see. Canny Maphanga, live to us there from the High Court in Pretoria. For now, thanks very much indeed.